Dude, my feet are so tired. Oh.
Dude, we've been walking for hours.
I mean, it's been like 5 days, but yeah.
Well, that's a lot of hours.
Why did Jay have to drop us off in the middle of the fucking jungle?
Because Jay likes to get off on a good joke.
We should have been more specific about where we wanted to be dropped off.
I mean, at least it's not just sand. I see some trees, and I've been eating bugs for the last 5 days.
Oh, I still have my unlimited Subway. Did you throw away your Chipotle? Did you leave it on the boat?
I might have left it on the boat.
Do you want some Subway?
Yeah. I everything happened so fast. Jay really just kind of left us here. I'm gonna have to text her for that Chipotle, that unlimited Chipotle back.
You have your phone? You have your phone on you?
No, it's also on the boat.
Oh, no. Well, I still have my podcasting equipment, so that we're safe there.
Yeah, it's really just genius that you brought this solar powered charger with you.
Well, it comes with every laptop now, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, once you become a podcaster, you get, like, a solar charger to go with your equipment.
Who sends this? The podcasting, like, heads?
Oh, the Podcasting Society.
Oh, the Podcasting Society, of course.
The Podcasting International Super Society, or PIS.
Did they give that to you once we finally got on Spotify?
Yeah, actually. We're on a lot more platforms now. Like, we're on Spotify. We're on, like, Amazon Music.
Are we?
According to the RSS feed, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And maybe YouTube if we ever find our way home.
Since we're still podcasting, you know what this jungle reminds me of?
What?
Wakanda. And you know what we watched right before we left? Black Panther 2.
Wakanda Forever.
I think we should do a podcast episode about that movie because we saw it, but we just didn't talk about it.
Right, because we were busy trying to get a new
microphone.
Right.
Yeah. Will we ever get back? I have no idea.
You know what? It's fine. I'm chilling as long as I don't have to work at. I mean, what do I have to complain about?
Guess I have to bleep that out.
As long as I work at the retail store,
it'll be all right.
Then it'll be fine, dandy.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll just carry on with the podcast episode. Welcome to the OddWadPod. 3 minutes into this episode.
Woo! Welcome to the OddWadPod.
Episode 8. We're 2 away from double digits.
Double digits, baby, and then it'll never stop.
and that's when we know we've gained a habit of it. So then we'll just keep on doing it until we can't anymore.
Exactly.
So, life update.
Sure.
I had an ingrown toenail.
Oh yeah, it was kind of tasty looking. I'm not gonna lie.
So let me paint a picture. It's my left big toe on the left side of the toenail. I have a really bad habit of clipping my toenails down to like the least amount possible.
Yeah, right.
And I like go too far, and then like I try to pull some out, like clip it, and then pull out the cartilage of it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a really healthy habit.
I think it's self-harm, but I don't know.
I mean, you're aware of it, and you're hurting yourself. But you know what? It's just you're just clipping your toenails.
Yeah, but I'm not like doing it to like punish myself. I'm doing it because like you
just want to feel something. You just want to feel an adrenaline rush of pain. Just to remind you that you're alive.
Kinda. But yeah, my mom works for a foot doctor, so I went to the foot doctor before work and got that all trimmed out.
Yeah.
It hurt like hell.
They didn't give you any medicine? They were just like...
No, so they give you like a numbing cream.
Yeah.
And they like inject it. It's like a numbing gel, and they inject it into your toe.
Okay.
Like at the base of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it worked all the way. Because like when they were like poking to see if like, oh, is that all right? Like, does that feel fine?
Yeah.
Like I could still.
You're like, ow. Yeah. No, that hurts. And they're like, okay, we're gonna start.
Well, he was like, yo, you should only feel pressure, and it's like, I feel pressure, but I also feel
but it's pointy and it hurts.
like it felt like somebody took a toothpick and put it under my toenail. That's what it felt like.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's removed now. It's over. It hurts. I'm limping, but
Do you still have the toenail?
no, so it happened.
Keep it in a jar.
The same thing happened in my junior year of high school, and I wanted to keep the toenail, but I totally forgot to ask, and the same thing happened this time, and I just totally forgot to ask.
Because the fact that this is already a second time, like this is gonna happen again.
It's on the same toe too, just the
Yeah.
opposite side.
Just the opposite. So I think you need to start collecting these, start putting them up in a jar, and then when people come over, they'll be like, "Wow, Dominic, like you have such a cool room. Look at all these action fit." Is that a?
Yeah, that's my toenail. This is my jar of toenails. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. You want to kiss it?
You want to kiss it?
Give it a whiff?
You'll be like, sometimes I like to like shred them up and like put them on like my pizza and kind of it's like just say when, just say when.
It adds crunch to
It's
the
about
pizza.
texture.
Yeah, see? I'm all about that texture. And I know the life update section does break character and illusion a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Maybe this is just all in our heads.
We're just going crazy.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say I think adding the background noises to the podcast is good, just because like if you think about YouTube videos, they have like background music.
Right.
And I feel like that really helps grab more attention to the video, to the product that they're making. Mm-hmm. And so maybe once we're done with this adventure saga,
right, we can just have lip smacking sounds in the background of people chewing their food for your guys' pleasure.
We can just record a mukbang here in the jungle. But yeah, my life update really isn't big. Retained, so I'm still the champion. At the last pay-per-view, it was a tie game between Jay and I. And the day before we did the last podcast, how we settle tiebreakers is either through rock, paper, scissors matches or calling coin flips. And I won both of the coin flips. So I'm still the champ. Will be the champ forever. There's a pay-per-view this Saturday and then the next Saturday, and I'm going to retain both of them, and I'm going to win because I'm the champion, and Jay and Mason are jabronis.
Wow.
And that's not...
Big words.
That's not a claim. That's a fact. Oh, shit.
Okay. Wow.
Just need to put in a little wrestling. Oh, and I got the belt signed by a wrestler.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, here, let me... his name is Danhausen.
Danhausen?
He's funny because, like, his character is, like... He's very nice, but he's very evil. And he sounds like this. I am Danhausen. And he curses you. He opens his eyes wide like that, and he's like, "You are now cursed." And then you lose forever.
Oh.
And it's hilarious until he uncurses you.
Did he curse you?
He did not. No, he's cursing the camera right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anybody who looks at that is now cursed, and that's why we're in this jungle.
I see.
Because I looked at the picture.
And then you showed it to me, you fucking bastard.
And then I dragged you into this.
Okay, well that's great.
But yeah, that's my life update.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Cool. It's not much, because I figured in my last couple of life updates, it's just been like, my opinions or like my feelings and not really like what is happening in my life, which is still like valid, but yeah. I'm not saying that my feelings are invalid, but I'm saying like
I think your feelings are valid.
Oh, thank you. I think yours are too.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, if you want to talk about like how you're feeling, I'm fine with that. But,
we talk so much.
We talk every week.
Literally, without fail. It's incredible. It is incredible.
For at least the last 8 weeks, we have talked.
Yeah. And then we'll move in together, and then we'll get married, and then we'll have grandchildren.
Little baby Dominic and Kyle.
Like just literal clones, like spawns that we've made in a lab.
We take our DNA, we splice it, and then like clone just like a combination of us.
That'd be perfect. And we can be like, you guys are gonna do better.
You are the primal species. You are Homo superior.
Most superior.
But yeah, that's my life update.
Well, that was a very nice little life update. My life update is I'm doing a show and we opened.
Woo!
So much fun. I just want to say I've never had such a supporting cast. Like such a this has been a cast where like every time you like go, it doesn't matter how big your scene is. It doesn't matter if like you just gave a couple words. Like you get off the stage and everybody is like fist bumping you and high fiving you.
That's so cool.
Just for doing your thing or just for trying, and it's been like that part of it has been really rewarding, and just the support overall of just us being there for each other has been really nice. And what I've been doing is I bought the Bone series in Maine.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of times where I'm not on stage, and I don't mind because I'm just like down in the green room. Very nice green room. We usually after the show. Just kidding. No, we don't.
Hell yeah.
We'll bleep out. We take bites of pizza after the show. That's true. But we like I'll just read down there, and then like there's a TV down in the green room that shows like what's happening on stage, cool. And then so it's like it's like there's no excuse to like miss your cues, but it's also nice because then you're like, oh, I'm not nervous about if I should be up or not. Like,
oh, am I in this scene?
Oh no, I've got like 45 minutes. So, yeah, it's a long show, but it's been really nice, and it's been great to just do something like that. I've been working at Party Place number 2. Woo! And I did a Batman event. And it was just really cute.
I thought you said you were gonna do Captain America.
Originally
they switched on you.
Yeah, I was supposed to be Spider-Man. Then they were like, okay, Batman or Cap. And I was like, I'm going to do Cap. And they were like, would you mind if you did Batman? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
But you should really do Batman.
You should really do Batman. That was there. You don't have an actual choice. But I was...
I like to imagine it's like, all right, would you rather do Spider-Man, Captain America, or Batman? Do Batman. And you were like, oh, I'll do Spider-Man. And then they were like, okay, how would you like to do Captain America or Batman? Do Batman. And they're like, Captain America.
Captain America.
And they're like, would you rather do Batman?
Oh, I guess I'll do Batman. I guess that's where you're leaning towards. No, it was fun. We went to like an elementary school, and we just got to like hang out with the kids and go from classroom to classroom. I just gotta say, elementary schools nowadays are like they have way more like cool stuff than we did when we were a kid. They I
know that they have iPads.
They have iPads. They have so instead of a whiteboard, they have like one of those boards where you can like write on, but like it's connected to your computer.
Oh, like the digital ones.
They have like digital boards.
That's cool.
And then like the kids will just play learning games.
I remember like they just started to do that when I got to high school, or like when I stopped high school.
Right.
And it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And now like I didn't even think about like underclassmen.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in middle school or high school, and my little cousin was like going through elementary, and she just she had an iPad that she would take from school and like go home with, and like that's what her like assignments would be on.
That's kind of how my little sister, she's in high school right now, and she has a laptop that was assigned to her.
Really?
By the school that she takes just back and forth, and then she does her assignments on the laptop.
So they are funding the schools.
I guess. Or
kind of. More than when we were there. That's all that matters.
That's true.
But yeah, that's kind of I've been just watching stuff. I finished the Weird Al movie. Very funny.
I still need to watch it. I really want to watch it.
It's actually like hilarious. But I think you have to like there are certain things that are only funny if you're a Weird Al fan. I'm a huge Weird Al fan, so like everything really hit for me. I watched it with Sam, and Sam didn't know anything about Weird Al, and they thought it was hilarious. So.
I know something. I know mild information about Weird Al. Like he's gonna be in Detroit.
What?
in February.
Whoa, I gotta go get tickets.
You gotta get Weird Al tickets.
Oh, I gotta get Weird Al to once we escape this jungle. But yeah, I would say that is my. Oh, I saw Smile.
Yeah.
It was one of those movies where I'm like, it's not the best horror movie in the world, but it gave me anxiety, and it made me really uncomfortable in the theater. So if you're looking to see a horror movie this mid-November, it's gonna be out for a week or two more.
Honestly, horror things in late October, early November are goated. I feel like just because the Terrorizer that came out late.
Terrorizer 2, yeah.
Yeah, Terrorizer 2 came out late October, early November, getting amazing reviews. Like,
yeah. It might. I saw something that it might try to go and get an Oscar nom. I think for I think for like
makeup,
for makeup
design,
or special
maybe.
effects.
Okay.
Like because a lot of it was like practical blood or something.
Okay.
They're like we know what we can go shoot for.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't go for like
Best Picture.
and the award for Best Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actor.
Terrorizer
2.
Everyone would just be like
Terrorizer 2 sweep. I believe
the entire Academy is just like wait, what? The Bloodfest?
Good life update.
Shanks.
You're welcome. We'll go to yours second. Your
yeah.
news, because that's the one we're probably gonna have the most to talk about.
Right.
I had one piece of news, but then I realized I learned that it was fake, so I have another new piece of news.
Oh, new news.
My old one was that Dave Bautista wanted to be in the Gears of War, or he was casted in the Gears of War movie.
Oh, but he just wanted to be.
Yeah, he just wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because he was like DLC in one of the movies, or in one of the games.
Oh, okay.
And so now he's like, I want to be the main character in those movies. But
go for it, King.
Yeah, fuck it. But my real one piece of news is the creator of the story Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
Is writing Spider-Man. This is kind of an old story.
Mm-hmm.
But he's writing a new series of Spider-Man just called Spider-Man. And that story is called End of the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
Yes, and I've picked up the first 2 issues. Because nobody really knew what the story was at first, and I was like, oh, I liked him when he wrote Ultimate Spider-Man, and when he kind of did his Miles Morales stuff, and so I picked it up, and this is like his grand return to Spider-Man, and because they tried to do a End of the Spider-Verse story called Spider-Geddon.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, but that was basically Miles' Spider-Verse, because in the first Spider-Verse, that was like Peter Parker's, that was the introduction to the Spider-Verse, and that was Peter Parker's. Spider-Geddon was Miles, and now this one is Peter's again. But I think it's an interesting premise. I don't think it's gonna hold on, though. Like, it isn't gonna be as iconic as just Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Basically, so the villains in the first Spider-Verse story were called the Inheritors, and basically what they do is they suck the life force out of spider people. If you know what I'm saying.
Hey, we've all been there, am I right?
Hey, yo. But that was the first story. Then the second story, they came back. But this time with Miles, and at the end of that story, they made all the Inheritors into babies. And then they were being taken care of by Madam Web.
Aw.
Right, it's adorable.
Aw, Madam Web the babysitter.
No, oh my god, it was like Spider-Gran.
Spider-Gran?
But it's Aunt May as Spider-Man. Spider-Mam.
Spider-Man.
Ma'am.
Spider-Man.
That's not a joke. Look it up.
Spider-Man. Like, okay.
But in this story, it is instead of the Inheritors, it is I don't even know the villain's name, but it's literally wasps.
Oh.
Not the wasp, but like
Right.
they're wasp people, and basically what they do is they're kind of like a hive mind zombie thing.
Not even people. It's just a bunch of wasps.
It's just a bunch of wasps.
It's just so many, and they're like, "Oh my god, I hate these things."
But like, basically, if the wasp infects you, then you turn into like a wasp version. Like you get like you get like the little stingers like at the front of wasps,
okay.
and like you get all hairy and stuff like that. And like, but it's your costume that also gets hairy.
So your clothes get hairy too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have the 2 books here. Let me. Yeah, there you go. There's like Spider-Man War with like the tendrils.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, here's kind of like the big come together evil team image.
Evil team. We're evil spider hornets, guys. You got to take a look at this.
Yeah, it's literally like.
Let me describe the art. So it's a bunch of spider people. It's all of them, and they all have like chin pinchers, and they got really long fingernails, like almost like claws, and yeah, a lot of weird hair. Antennas.
So basically, it's like if they bite you, then you become one of them, and it's a hive mind.
Oh yeah.
And the people who are invulnerable to it are people in the 616.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they need Peter Parker from 616, who they call the Chosen One.
Of course, because he's 616 Peter.
Right.
Which is also just the MCU Peter.
But yeah, that Peter, that Miles, like that Silk, they're all immune. But you see Spider-Man 2099, the fucking rock and roll Spider-Man, like you see all of them turned, so it's like, what? They're all fucking dead?
They're all just, yeah.
But then also, there's a story in here, or there's an advertisement for a story where it's like a weird spin-off Spider-Man story, and a Murder World Spider-Man.
Murder World Spider-Man.
But it's like you see all those people who have been turned, they're back to normal. Spider-Gwen, she was turned, but in the advertisement, she's back to normal with Spider-Man 2099.
It's a different universe. It's a different Spider-Verse. Yeah.
But it's like everyone got turned is gonna turn back because we saw the advertisement, so it's like that's kind of confusing.
See, there's Earth 616, and then there's Earth 616.1.
Did you read that?
No.
Because that actually exists.
Oh, does it? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so Earth 616.1 is, they call it the beta version, and it basically has, like, the dots.
Oh, okay.
Like, the dot art.
I should write comics.
It seems like you already are. And, of course, I had to get the action figure variant.
Of course.
And the variant that looks better. Because for the second issue, the normal cover is like Spider-Man trying to beat up the villain, who still I didn't even look up the main villain's name, but it's like something very stupid. But yeah, this one is like a collage, the second issue. But yeah, End of the Spider-Verse. Do I think this is going to be the end of the Spider-Verse? No. Because they're making a 2-part movie.
Yeah, and then that movie's going to just spiral.
That movie's going to get great reviews, and then, yeah. But yeah, End of the Spider-Verse, which isn't the end of the Spider-Verse. Go check it out. I recommend it.
So for my one piece of news, it's a little sad. I'm sure everyone has heard that the legend, the most iconic there was,
best voice of Batman.
The best voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy, has passed away sadly at age 66.
He was a young man for Hollywood, I'd say.
He was a young man for Hollywood. I don't know exactly what made him pass. I know he was like sick.
Yeah,
with something.
I read a thing where it was like he's been sick for a long time, and it's like, could you be more specific?
Yeah, well, also
I guess they want to keep that personal. And that's fine.
I think it's your human right to like not have to disclose your medical information even after you pass.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think it's like
I guess that's up to your estate, but
yeah, I think it's one of those scenarios.
Right.
He came in for Batman the Animated Series, which I think just really helped define the character. It took all of the dark elements. It took all of the original things from the comics, and it just helped organize it in a really really wonderful way. Kind of like how like Spectacular Spider-Man took a lot from like comics and just was like, here's a more coherent way to tell this story.
They basically took the foundation of Batman and basically added on to it, made it better, made it more dark and more real. Like it gave it more substance.
And Kevin Conroy was just the perfect voice for that. He was the perfect like he like his Bruce Wayne versus his Batman was very interesting. He understood the character well. I actually, when it came out, I picked up DC Pride issue number 1, I think it was. Which tells his story about being a gay man trying to like make it
like a very closeted gay man.
Very, very, very closeted. Especially because like he was trying to, at that time in Hollywood, it just like if you were gay, like people looked at you differently and were like, okay, well,
even if you were just different, you weren't accepted.
Right, and so it's like. He had to hide that part of himself in order to get more work or be seen or taken seriously. And he had been doing Shakespeare. He also lost his parents a little bit before he auditioned for Batman. And they were basically like, this character has lost his parents. He feels very dark and tied down. And there's this part that he needs to hide of himself. And Kevin Conroy was like, interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Let me just give it a whirl, and
I guess I'll do it just like as a side thing.
Yeah, and guess I'll try that out.
If you've played the Arkham games, he's Batman. If you've looked at most of the animated stuff for Batman, it's usually Kevin. Like, he has done so many Batman projects. I'm surprised they have ever recasted him for anything animated ever.
The only reason I think they do is just if they're like, well, we can't afford him.
Yeah, like it could be literally just money, or like if they're getting Mark Hamill for Joker.
Yeah, and it's funny because in our last podcast we talked about how Mark Hamill always says that he's retired as Joker, but like he always comes back when Kevin Conroy asks, and then I think
literally days later.
Yeah, no. Mark Hamill is definitely
he's retired.
100% retired from Joker.
Or if he does anything, it would be for Kevin. Like,
it would have
in honor of him.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. So I don't know what the last thing they did together was. I think it was a Scooby-Doo.
You said
episode.
The Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah, which is
episode,
interesting. I think that's awesome.
Because it was something fun, not something too serious, which I feel like is a good thing to end off on.
And also, like, we got to have both of those voice actors in the Killing Joke movie. Say what you will about the first 30 minutes of that film.
I like Batman fucking... No, never mind. Wait. No, It's not what I meant. She was a young adult.
Can you imagine, like, you adopt this kid named Dick Grayson, and he falls in love with this girl, Barbara Gordon, and then after he leaves you a few years later, you just fuck the shit out of her.
It's funny, in the books, they did a story, I think it was the same writers too, Paul Dini.
Yeah.
But it was it was literally like Barbara was in the Batcave talking with Batman, and she was like, Bruce, I'm pregnant. And he was like, tell Dick congratulations. And she's like, I've been 3 months pregnant. Dick came back a month ago. So the creator of Batman the Animated Series has wanted Bruce Wayne to fuck
why
for the longest time.
Why? What the fuck?
Because Barbara's dad is the commissioner of Gotham. It's his best friend. So it has drama.
It has drama. Yeah, I fucked your daughter.
And then when she shows up pregnant, Gordon has to be like, who's the dad? Batman.
Batman man, hey, at least he can afford the kid. like
He can
the
afford
kid
alimony.
dude, the kid's gonna be so well supported. like genuinely,
And he's gonna be like Jack too.
top tier school, has a butler. Like, I mean, like, say what you will, but I mean, the kid's in good hands. I mean,
You're literally talking about Damian Wayne.
no, literally.
Weird tangent, but
Anyway,
but yeah.
So Kevin Conroy has passed. He will be greatly missed. I have no
love
idea
and
what
prayers to his family, because just like
Yeah.
I don't pray, but like I fucking love and support to them.
Love and support to them. I'm really interested. Like, I'm really curious as to what the future of like animated Batman is now.
Well,
like,
the creators of the animated. Oh, I don't know if they're still continuing. They were doing.
Yeah, they were gonna do the Caped Crusader, which was gonna take place in the same.
It was like a prequel, like maybe I think.
Yeah,
and I think he was slated to be the dad.
Oh, is he? Oh, he wasn't gonna be the voice of.
He wasn't gonna be the voice of Batman. He was gonna be the voice of. Why can't I think of the dad? Thomas. It was gonna be Thomas.
Oh, he was gonna be Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Maybe they'll put some sound bites together.
Yeah, they'll figure something out.
Maybe. I don't, whatever's the most respectful way to go about it. But that's interesting, because I thought he was still voicing the Caped Crusader, and I was like, wow, so they canceled that on HBO Max, and then
and then he died.
And then he dies. That's disappointing. HBO Max, this is on you.
I blame you.
Just kidding. If you want to give me a TV show,
if you want to hire us,
hire
email
us.
us at.
I genuinely think this podcast, once somebody finds it and we're auditioning, you're being like,
are these guys all right?
You bleeped out your workplace, but you didn't bleep out all the other shit you talked.
You didn't bleep out all these people that you talked about, or all the shit you talked.
Yeah.
You said Black Adam was bad.
Warner Brothers and HBO Max will never hire you.
The Rock has us blacklisted from.
Oh my god!
From Hollywood until we
probably
apologize.
He'd be like, "Get you disgust me.
Get you jabronis out of here." But speaking of honoring the dead. Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2.
Wakanda Forever. We'll do a little bit of non-spoilery and what we think, and then we'll go into spoilers. So, just a general synopsis. Black Panther 2, Chadwick Boseman dies, and basically how does Wakanda and the world deal with that problem, especially his royal family, and with that lack of a leader and the lack of a superhero to protect the nation, especially since revealing themselves, how do they protect themselves now that they're out in the open? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good description.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Marvel recently has just been they've needed to put out projects and there hasn't really been substance in story. I feel like Ryan Coogler wanted to tell this story after his friend died. I feel like this is a story that he wanted to tell and not a story that he was forced to tell.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, like, with what they had to work, around.
The monumental feat they had to work around.
The monument, like, you have no idea what you're coming into. But no, Ryan Coogler is a phenomenal director. I thought that this movie took itself very seriously, which is what I've wanted for a while from, like, a Marvel film. This reminded me of, like Phase 1 Marvel, of, like, everything's taken seriously.
Like, there were still jokes, but, like, the story
tiny.
wasn't compromised in...
No, not at all.
In place of jokes.
And it just felt like, even my first note was, like, great cinematography. Right off the bat. Mm-hmm. There were only a few scenes where I was like, oh, here's a green screen with CGI.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was a bunch of other ones I missed because Marvel doesn't like to shoot, but a lot of it felt like it was on location or like on some sort of boat like thing.
It might have been on like the volume where they shoot like like the big arena-sized place with just LED screens that they use. I think that's probably where a lot of the final battle took place.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of big set pieces.
Right.
But it just, like, story, like, everybody had a character arc. Not getting into spoilers yet, this movie did take some risks where it took a risk, I thought. We'll get into it later.
I'm interested to hear.
Yeah. It felt like there were real stakes for me. I thought
Yeah.
honestly, this has been, I think, one of my favorite Marvel movies of Phase 4. I
personally think it's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, like, I see Spider-Man No Way Home just has that nostalgia factor for me. But like, as far as like a movie, like from beginning, middle to end with like character arcs goes, I would say this is probably my favorite.
The more time goes on, the less I see No Way Home as a movie, and I just see it as like, oh, it's junk food. It's yummy. It's delicious.
Yummy.
But there's little substance. there's some substance with like,
there's some good substance.
There's some good substance with like fucking Aunt May dying.
You know, Tom Holland's Peter Parker goes through a lot.
Oh,
he finally
my
gets
favorite Peter Parker.
Finally gets his Spider-Man origin story. Finally.
Well, I feel like that's a good way to do it, but that's a different story. Black Panther 2, I feel like what they had to work with was great. The stories that they gave people were great. The villain,
Namor.
Namor.
Yeah, no, he was very compelling. You saw where he was coming from too. Mm-hmm. Like, I genuinely was like, yeah, no, if I was in your shoes, I understand. I didn't think he was evil for being evil. If anything, he felt so grounded in the way that, like, with like war on countries, like country to country, like that's just something that like makes sense. Like that would happen.
Yeah. He
wants more land. He wants people to take him seriously. He wants his people to be safe.
Does he want more land, or does he just want his people to be safe?
He wants his people to be safe. I guess. He was like, "I'll take over Wakanda if you fuck with me."
How I saw him was like, he was fearful of his people, being taken over. See, it's hard because you see these characters introduced at these points in this universe and you're like, why didn't you show up earlier? Like,
that is kind of the issue, and it's one of those things where it's like, well,
and I feel like that's always going to be the issue through these Marvel movies, because it's like, why didn't they show up earlier? They're setting themselves so far back, and it's like, if these characters existed at this time, why didn't they show up? And like in the Eternals, they gave a good reason, because they were only supposed to interfere with deviants or whatever. But with this movie, it's like they didn't interfere because
not their problem. Not their fucking problem. They're like, we don't even know what's going on up there. We're just swimming.
We're just chilling. And you do see those parallels between Wakanda and I forgot what they even called the Talaland.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you know what? They did kind of explain like why they're finally coming out, and that's
and it's because of Wakanda.
Well, yeah, Wakanda was like, "Hey, we're a nation, and we have vibranium, and now people are looking for vibranium."
Yeah. I would. What basis do we want to use to rank this? Do we want to?
I came up with one.
Okay.
I don't know if this only makes sense to me.
No, yeah.
On a scale of a very popular Emmy-nominated TV show versus a one-off 5-episode gets canceled while it's on air, what would you rate this? And I have my answer.
That's a toughie, because that's also like your preference.
You don't have to be specific. Like, you don't have to like name a TV show. You can just be like, or a TV show like this, or yada yada. Because
I would classify this one as the equivalent to a show that's right on the verge of being like full of Oscars, or fully of Emmys. Mm-hmm. Like, it's on the verge of the Breaking Bad level of like getting Oscars, but it's not there. It's the Better Call Saul.
It's the Better Call Saul.
But personally, I think this one is better than the first Black Panther. But
I do too. I actually do too. I agree. I was thinking that while I was watching it, I was like, I am like invested in this more than I was in Black Panther 1. Mm-hmm. My answer is, this is like when you have your favorite TV show, at like your favorite sitcom ever, right? And you watch it all the time, and it's your favorite thing, and then it ends, and then a reboot happens, and you're like, oh God, I hope this reboot's good. And
I hope they don't mess it up.
I hope they don't mess it up. And they show it to you, and it's not what you expected, and it blew your expectations out of the water a little bit. And you're like, it's not what it was, but I don't mind where it's different.
So it's not a garbage show, but it's not the best show on earth.
It's not the best show, but it's still something that like surprised you and kept you engaged, even though it's not what it was when it started.
Now, out of our other ranking system of movies that we are reviewing, out of Black Adam,
okay,
which movie starts with Black goes first?
That's a tough one.
Oh, that's a toughie.
That's really hard.
I don't know.
It's a close call.
But I think I'm gonna have to put Bob's Burgers in first place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Benjamin Button, but
yeah, that works.
How many B names can we think of?
Well, I already can't think of any. Yeah, Black Panther. Yeah.
Well, we'll give it to Black Panther.
We'll give it to Black Panther.
We'll give it to Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever is in first place. Black Adam is in second place.
Yeah, and if you're looking, we got 3 rankings here. Out of 5, I'd give it
I give it a 4.
4.5.
Oh, you're going half stars.
Yeah, I always gotta give it a half star. I always gotta be like,
I'll go 4.375.
Okay.
Which, for you who are doing fractions in the audience, it's 4 3/8.
This motherfucker over here knows fractions.
Oh, thank you, hardware store. I can officially say the hardware store has taught me more math than school has.
My dad will literally pull out a ruler and explain fractions better than any single teacher ever has. They'll just be like, fractions they're real tough. For all the people listening who are good at math, fuck you. I don't care.
You suck.
You're the worst. We get it. You pick things up easier than others.
We get it. You're better than us. We get it. All right. We'll go into spoiler territory now.
Spoiler territory. First note. Appreciate the... I liked that Shuri has to kind of live with the guilt that she kind of tried to save her brother, but literally couldn't.
That she tried and failed, and knowing that you couldn't, but you weren't there.
And the fact that people were like, "Do you want to spend time with your brother in his last moments?" And she was like, "No, I'm gonna go 3D print this flower.
No, I have to try everything to try to."
And then 2 seconds later, her mom comes out and is like, "Yeah, you shoulda." Coulda, woulda.
You should have been there. He's dead. And she's like,
croaked, man.
See, I'm awful at movies because I'm always thinking of questions of why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And
I think this movie you can't do that as much because it's just one of those situations where it's well.
Yes. in the outside context, it's oh, they couldn't have saved him because he's dead in real life.
Yeah.
But in the movie universe...
Oh, yeah, in the movie universe...
Why didn't you bring in Bruce Banner, the most intelligent geneticist alive, to try to find a genetic...
He's in space.
No, he's on Earth with his son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
But even if this takes place before that movie, he was still on Earth, just chilling at a fucking tiki bar.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, because I was there's probably, they save so many people all the time.
That's the problem with, solo movies, is, why can't... In Phase 2, when, all that... When Captain America 2 was happening, and Iron Man 3 was happening, and people were like, why don't you just call in the Avengers?
Yeah.
Why don't you just call Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
Why don't you call... Literally, okay, at the beginning of Avengers Endgame, Carol Danvers is let me go get the space medicine that can heal fucking Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Why don't they call Carol Danvers? Because we have seen them communicate with each other over video message.
Right.
So it's it's kind of like, yeah, I understand you can't do that because
I also think, obviously, terms of real life situation, but also Wakanda itself is a very independent nation,
right.
and they're very family oriented, and I think as much as like they are like as much as Black Panther was a part of the Avengers and Endgame, there's a certain like family trust, I think, and also Shuri is supposed to be like insanely smart,
Like top 3 smartest people,
like top 3 smart. So
maybe top 4, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
But I think that was kind of more the route they were taking. Also, this disease seemed really dire. They didn't explain like what.
I think they could have just said it was cancer, because there is a precedent in the comics to superheroes dying of cancer.
Interesting.
Captain Marvel, not Carol Danvers, Marvel. He died of literal cancer, and I feel like you can just do that.
Yeah.
And it would connect to it would connect to like the real life more. It was like, we don't have a cure for that.
Right.
Still, like, that still is just incurable.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think I think it's just up to interpretation at this point, which is
right.
Nice. What are some of your other notes?
I almost cried a couple times.
Yeah, it got emotionally heavy.
So I almost cried at the beginning, and then I almost cried at the final fight scene for some reason. Like when it was like Ironheart flying around the battleship. Yeah. I don't know why I just started like tearing up for some reason. I don't know if it was just like reminds me of when I was a kid when Iron Man was fucking flying around, or just like, damn, I could be acting and doing that, but I'm not. Or I don't know. know. Just like something inside me was just like, you should cry. And I'm like, okay. I'm tearing up, but I'm not going to cry because there isn't a reason to cry.
Right. No, I get that.
But yeah, this is a very emotionally tugging movie.
Oh yeah. No, I thought every character had what was kind of weighing on them.
I wish I saw more M'Baku.
I do too. I don't know. Like with everybody that's in this movie, I just think there wasn't much for him to be able to do.
There's nothing for him to do as much, but like, he becomes the king at the end, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, he's like, I am
so
going to be king now.
I am king. The Black Panther sends her regards. And I'm like, oh,
I'm like, yeah, jeez. Before what else did I put? I just put more of like, I liked like Ryan Coogler again as a director.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was like interesting horror elements too, or like not horror necessarily, but like suspense
moments.
Like the boat scene was really, I thought, well shot. I think the fact that like he handled these like Avatar blue people really well and making them like an actual threat that like when they healed after like those lethal blows from what's her name, the general.
Okoye?
Okoye, yeah.
You're talking about the bald chick from The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Okoye. I just like a lot of that, and then the sound design the sound. It reminded me of like a horror movie, kind of.
The music especially reminded me of like the big horns and when like Namor was kind of on scene taking over like what he was doing, like his music just seems like overwhelming.
Yeah.
And he's an overwhelming like bad guy. Like,
oh yeah.
He's very skilled, and I'm very excited to see what comes of Namor.
I'm glad that they didn't kill him off.
Thank fuck.
I thought they were. I was like, no, you can't.
Oh my god. There's a point at the end of the movie where it's like, sure, you get stabbed in the chest, and you're like, or in like the abs, and it's like, holy shit, are they gonna kill everybody in this family?
I know. I was like, okay, like, damn, just like start fresh, I guess.
And then like that fight in the desert with Shuri and
Namor.
That fight, I wanted more of that. I wanted more.
That-
I hated that they kept on jumping back and forth, but like I understand. But I feel like you could have had the stuff on the boat and with Ironheart be like a separate thing,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you cut to the big fight, cut all the music off, be like just a brutal fight, which it was. And it was
pretty
great.
brutal. It was very well shot, very well choreographed. And it's just like you see that like both characters have so much at stake in order to like, and I was
Right.
like, fuck. And you kind of like, dude, when Shuri like drank the flower juice and then sees Michael B. Jordan. Oh,
Crazy.
That was awesome. Ryan Coogler was like, "I'm so sorry, I killed you off.
Like,
How can I?"
We should have just put you in prison, and you
Uh,
could have been the Black Panther right now. But I don't think that would have worked anyway.
However,
Yeah, I think that was really cool that he brought
Yeah.
him back.
mm-hmm.
And like his like outfit was open, so you can still see the dots
Right,
that he had, and that was pretty cool.
and it was cool that like it was a big throw of like Shuri's like coming to see her family, and it's like the last person that she wants to see.
Well, I realized it wouldn't make sense for her to see her mom because she didn't take the fucking heart-shaped
Right.
herb, so she wouldn't be in there. It would make more sense for her to see her dad or T'Challa,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was very respectful that they didn't
Yeah.
like kind of try to CG
No,
do
Michael
whatever.
B. And especially because then it just gives her more internal conflict too. Of like,
Mhm.
am I going to be this vengeful person and kick it? Honestly, I was I'm always like, yeah, like, get fucking revenge, just kill him, just fucking do it, just satisfy yourself. And then they're like, this is a superhero film, and we are gonna have better morals than our enemies. I'm always like, yeah, whatever.
I'm glad they didn't.
I'm glad they didn't kill him, but like,
I'm glad that Shuri isn't done with that part of herself, because at the end of the movie she isn't queen. She's kind of like a nomad Black Panther,
yeah,
and she didn't resolve like the brutality of being, or like being more like Killmonger. She still has that conflict within her, and I feel like that's a good way to leave things on because you can resolve that later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was really cool. How did you feel about Shuri as the Black Panther?
See, I think it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't with that, because for those who don't know, the actress who plays Shuri is she's an anti-vaxxer,
Yeah,
and I feel like personally that isn't really how you want to represent your main character, and she is the main character of this movie, and I feel like I believe in vaccines. I believe in health just because I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have to look into that medical stuff. And Letitia Wright, just like she has the right to believe what she believes, but like when you're putting other people at harm like that, she put back the filming of this movie, and I just feel like she was rewarded for being a hindrance. And I can't agree with that, but it's also like the character, that's where you see the character going within the story, and it's like you're damned if you don't give her the Black Panther mantle just because she made her own choice medically, but you're damned if you do reward her for her disobeying and for putting people at risk.
right. I mean, I as far as like that goes, that's its own thing. It's kind of.
Oh, did you just mean like how did I feel?
Yeah.
oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think that is where the character was going. Like if you were to take the mantle off of T'Challa, the next step would be to put it on Shuri and to have her be the Black Panther. I don't give a shit about this MCU bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
MCU.
fine. It's fucking fine. You can have superhero. You can. You can make Spider-Man a baby. I don't care. Like if you're gonna
he's not allowed to grow up, so you might as well make him a baby.
If you do it respectfully and do it right, then I don't see a problem with it, and I feel like they did that in this movie.
Yeah, no, I thought, like, acting-wise, she really held, like, having to come into this, like, you know, replacing Chadwick.
Right.
Of, like, okay, I'm the lead now. Like, her arc was compelling. She held the screen very well. You could see that there was just... She had a big chip on her shoulder with this one of, like, oh, I'm kind of in charge now. I'm, like, being stolen. I have to, like... go to this new it's not a country but like a people of a nation.
New nation.
I have to like make terms with this new nation and see if we're going to war or not. Oh, they fucked us over. Now I have to I have
to play the peaceful negotiator and also play, but I also have what I am to myself.
Like her arc and everyone around her made me invested. It was a very grounded story, and it wasn't like the world was gonna end. It was just like these nations might end. And
it's a personal story, even though it spans like two very big societies.
Right. And I thought it was cool. How did you like? I liked Ironheart.
I liked Ironheart. I was pleasantly surprised by Ironheart, which I'm very glad for, because there's a YouTuber called Comic Drake, and he did a video recently on Ironheart, and basically what he's really good about is he reads everything. Like, he will read every book that they have been in, and they will actually give they will give their opinion. When he was giving his review, he was like, she's just a boring character. And I feel like watching that video and seeing, like, okay, you get the character that is... who wants to be put... In the book, she wants to be put down by her teacher to give her motivation to do better. Which is like... And this is also written by Brian Michael Bendis.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you write that for a young black woman to read?
Right.
Like, that isn't inspirational. That's just...
degrading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this movie, she's presented as a teenager. She's... In this movie, she's like the same age as Peter Parker. She's 19 years old.
Yeah, she's in college.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool because I don't know her comic origin. I didn't watch the video, but from off of that, I think she's like, yeah, they didn't believe I could do it, so I did it.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's cooler.
That's a better way to do it.
A much better way of like, actually, I'm better than them. Oh shit, I'm so good that now the CIA and two nations are after me.
That want to murder me.
all because all she did was make a really good metal detector.
She's gonna get the greatest prize in journaling history, being assassinated by the U.S. government.
Oh my god! Like the whole time I'm like, man, like she really is just a college kid who made a metal detector, and you all are like, yes, she must die. They must not get our water vibranium.
Which is that's another thing that I didn't like. It's like, Namor's nation wasn't threatened. Like, when you go and visit the nation that is, I'm just gonna say fucking Atlantis.
Yeah,
that's Atlantis. What it is. It's Atlantis, but they can't use the word Atlantis for some reason. When they go to Atlantis, it's like deep underground and like far away from, or not far away from the ocean, but it's like, it's deep.
Yeah.
Like, they literally say you have to wear a suit that's like made to deal with the pressure.
Right.
They mine this stuff like pseudo, not really deep for ocean terms.
Yeah.
Like, it's on the surface of the ocean, or surface of the ocean floor, and they're just mining it, and it's like, that isn't near your nation, but it's in the ocean. That part was a little... for me, but like,
They're like, we gotta get Namor in here.
right, yeah. If they were by like that little Aztec building, and then they like dove deep down and they were like, oh, is this like a weird nation that we're finding? Oh, and then that's when they kill him, and then they're like, kill the
guys, we found the lost city of, and then they die because they're not allowed to use the.
Yeah, like they say, the lost city of At, and then they die. It's like, oh, can't use that word. Namor said mutant.
He did.
So I guess mutants exist, but like
I would have loved if he was like, I'm a mutant, and then we hear
I'm an inhuman. Have you seen that
clip of
the clip from Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
Where it's like, we're a mutant.
Just every time mutant is said, it's like a game of just
like they just have to play the full blast.
like Kevin Feige goes to Ryan Coogler, who's like, listen, so I read the script, love it.
You said mutant though.
You said mutant, and I'm sorry, we have to.
It is mandatory.
And he's like,
maybe they did put a little stinger in there. We just didn't notice. But like,
Ryan Coogler's like, I really don't like. This is a very grounded film. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I really don't. And Kevin Feige's like, look at my hat.
Either you change it to Inhuman, or we're putting in the theme song. It's like, I really don't want to make Namor an Inhuman. I guess he's a mutant. But also the way he gets his powers is through the heart, kind of like a similar heart-shaped herb, like,
yeah,
because vibranium affects nature differently. So like, if Namor's mom,
it's water vibranium, so it's a little different,
right? Like seaweed vibranium.
Seaweed vibranium, and he's like,
I don't know, but the fucking Atlanteans are scary, man. They're cool.
They are Avatar. They are Avatar: The Way of the Water. That's the whole time. They're like literally.
James Cameron is suing Disney, even
Cameron's
though it is
like,
being
those fuckers. They made him blue.
I've been making this movie for a decade, and you just make your water people blue, even though they're brown. They're regular. They're human colored underwater, which I thought was pretty neat.
I did notice that when they were like underwater, and then they were like, "Oh, we're normal. We're normal." This I do want to say this movie is racist against blue people.
Which in fuckwad lore, so are the fuckwads.
So are the fuckwads. I was like, damn, this movie does not like the blues.
Blue lives don't matter. Is that that's what the Wakandas think, I guess.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
That's
all I'm saying.
Like going to Wakanda and they're like, blue lives don't matter, and you're like, yeah, woohoo, ACAB, and they're like, what ACAB? No, you just like mean the people in the water.
No, the water people. And you're like, water people, and then they start to invade, and you're like, what?
Whoa!
Oh my god. Okay, so in the movie, they do find the meteor underwater with like the underwater vibranium.
Yeah.
And the people of Wakanda are like the leaders, Okoye and like M'Baku, and all of them are like meeting, and they're like, I thought we were the only meteor, like the great meteor only came to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Do they not know that meteors can break up in orbit? Like that's
yeah, that really gagged them a bit.
That's literally how meteors work. They break apart in the atmosphere.
Also, isn't Captain America's shield made out of vibranium?
Yeah, but that was stolen.
Oh, was it stolen from
Wakanda? Yeah.
Okay, wow. Yeah. I was gonna say like maybe they just found like a little rock.
Because Imperials. But yeah, Shuri is the. Oh well, no, I guess not. I was gonna say Shuri was the last member of what's the last name
of Shuri?
Yeah, like what's Shuri's last name?
Shuri Chala?
Shuri's bloodline, she's the last one, supposedly until the end credits.
Oh.
Because we get T'Challa too.
T'Challa. Hey guys, we're gonna make him age. Don't worry, he'll be.
So
we're gonna recast this kid a couple times, and once he's an adult, we'll find.
So before Infinity War and. In between Black Panther and Infinity War, T'Challa and what's her face?
Hook up.
Hook up. T'Challa and his girlfriend fuck.
Yeah.
and they have a baby, and he's he's not too grown, but he's like
He's like, well, because
he's
then
older.
the snap happened, and then so he's like 5 years old now.
Yeah.
So
Well, actually, this movie, because they talked about, because they said that she left for 8 years.
I thought it was 5.
Because the snap was 5, but I think she left before he was king.
Oh,
Maybe. I think.
yeah. That timeline really confused me.
But it's also like, so after T'Challa's death, a year passes. So it might be like, so the snap happens, there's a year, then T'Challa dies, then there's another year. Maybe.
Right.
I don't know the timeline exactly, but like that
timeline
seems
is-
pretty yeah.
Right.
So yeah, 8 years. That kid is 8 years old,
Wow.
hypothetically.
So he's on his way. 10 more years, and they'll be like,
He's got to go through that Ant-Man van to get older.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, they're gonna recast this kid so many times. It's gonna be the same like Ant-Man daughter situation.
So my question for you is, what is this fucking leading to?
I
This is the end of Phase 4. This is the end of Phase 4.
yeah.
This is what Phase 4 was building up to. I guess.
T'Challa too.
T'Challa 2. To bringing back T'Challa.
I genuinely I think that was Marvel's like, okay, like Shuri's the new Black Panther because that makes the most sense story wise.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be in 10 years time another Black Panther. So
We'll have Black Panther 3.
yeah, or maybe I mean, sure you can have another Black Panther movie, and
I'm
then,
fine with that.
yeah,
And then she could die at the end of that one. And you pass the mantle off.
I know, because that's what's gonna happen. Like, and I'm sure the actress is gonna be like, okay, guys, I'm done with this.
You know what I think is gonna happen? They're gonna pull a Thor: Love and Thunder, where it's kid Black Panther and adult Shuri, and they're gonna fucking slice their way into the sunset. They're gonna run off on all fours like Panthers.
Maybe that is what it's leading. Like this might we might be leading up into a young Avengers.
Well,
because we got Spidey, we got Miss Marvel, we've got Love.
I guess
we've got T'Challa 2.0.
We got Kate Bishop.
We got Kate Bishop. So we got like it's interesting because they're very like we got Ironheart.
I think in Agatha they're gonna bring in Wanda's children again.
Yeah, and they're gonna have like powers.
Yeah.
So that we'll have like a little team of very varying ages, big varying ages, because you'll have like Kate Bishop and Spidey who are in college, and then you have high schoolers, and then you have like literal children.
But my thing is, how does this lead up to Kang Dynasty and Secret War?
I don't know if it does. I don't know if this is like, I think we're not going to like see how this is leading into Kang Wars until we see Ant-Man 3.
Yeah, I think
that'll probably like until we see that, I don't think we'll be able to
actually, yeah, I think you're right about that. I think Kang Dynasty is going to be similar to Avengers Infinity War, where there really isn't an established Avengers team, but it's still like about the group of people, and then at the end of that movie, that's when they get sent to Battle World, and that's when you bring in like Shuri being like, I was just hanging out with my cousin. Or my nephew. Shit.
My nephew. Yeah, that's
my nephew, T'Challa. And then they're like, I thought your brother was T'Challa, and he's like, he fucking died.
So when I say that they took a risk,
yeah. What
I guess, well, it's not that big of a risk, but I'm like, they killed off another character. They killed off the mom. I thought that was. I just like, I thought that was interesting in the sense that like in a movie where we already like have, you know, in real life an actor who passed away. Like, I thought that, like, usually Marvel doesn't kill their characters off unless it's, like... except recently, I guess. Like, they killed off Aunt May, and they killed off...
I think they're going to kill off Ant-Man.
I think that's the route to go, and I will say... I hope they do, because then, to me, when I'm watching a Marvel movie, I feel like there's higher stakes.
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh, like, you might not live. So, like, the mom going away and Shuri being alone, I thought was a very great, like, plot point.
Yeah.
The fact that she drowned was a little.
I was gonna say I think it would have been better if
Namor like
actually drowned her, like held her head underwater, like did the Glass. You seen the movie Glass?
Yeah.
Where it fucking holds Bruce Willis head underwater. If Namor did that to her, instead of her just like saving Riri, and then like at the end of the movie so they figure out that Namor needs water to survive, like any human. Mm-hmm. Shuri traps him in the fucking airplane. Why doesn't she just go in there and kill him?
Yeah,
because he was weakened, and then he had a chance to be like
drying out.
Just stab.
And then she literally is watching him, and then he just starts stabbing the floor with the spear. And then the computer's like, he is destroying the ship. You probably should not have put the most important factors right beneath his feet. We are going down. And she's like, get me to a desert.
We're about to explode. And it's like, I think that was the plan the whole time, to get him to a desert. But like, you see the ship like speed forward even faster. And it's like, why weren't you going that speed?
Yeah.
Why weren't you going the fastest fucking speed?
Shuri, why are you still just watching him?
And that's part of like the characters don't think, and I don't like when characters don't think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Do you have anything else?
Let me look at my notes.
This movie was dark visually. Like, there were some scenes that were just like hard to see.
I was going to say that. Like, there were certain points where I was like, oh, it's cool. Like, it's, and then it was so dark that I was like, guys,
you can't see the details.
I can't. The only movie that I think did a good job of that this year was Nope.
And that's because they filmed it in the light and then did like some filters through it to make it nighttime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. There was an interview with is it Keegan Mike and Key? Or no, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
They're friends.
Yeah.
Where Jordan Peele was like, yeah, we invented this and we did this technique where it was like we filmed during the day, but we put these filters on it to make it obviously look like night. But when you see the film, it's more vibrant and you see more colors in it, just because you are filming in that daytime. You do get to have that light, because when you film at night, you don't get to light the scene properly. And I just thought that was really cool, and I feel like that technique should be shared so that all movies are better.
Yeah, that would fix all movies. That would literally just fix all movies, because any movie in the dark, it just the camera can't do it, man.
Because they adopted that technique from a different movie, but that was like a more stylized movie. I have to watch the interview again.
Yeah.
Another movie did it where like it was a stylized nighttime, and it was kind of more vibrant and goofy, but then he adapted that to Nope, so then he can make it more brighter. But yeah, I feel like if that was adapted to this movie, it would be better, because I couldn't see a lot during the nighttime scenes.
No, I remember being like, okay, let's can the sun rise?
Yeah, right. Like, most of this movie takes place during night, and I was glad
most of the beginning does anyway.
Yeah, like, I'm glad the final scene took place during the day, just because it was like I could finally see the details.
Yeah.
What did you think of Shuri's costume?
I liked it. I liked
fine.
I liked the black and the gold. I didn't think it was like, because I know everybody's like the MCU is over detailed. I didn't think it was super over detailed. But if we want to shit talk some costumes, what the fuck did Shuri make for the Warriors?
Oh, the fucking angel, the Midnight
Angels.
Angels.
What the fuck?
It's very dumb.
Is that?
I don't know if that was a character. Let me look that up.
Like, is that because? And then they start flying, and I'm like, what's the point of Ironheart in this movie if these armors that you've been making this entire time were basically just that? And I'm wondering if they're gonna play a part in like Armor Wars.
So Midnight Angels are a small elite wetworks team of the Dora. It's literally water Dora Milaje.
Gotcha.
In the books, but like,
I mean, hey, it's comic accurate, but those I don't know. Those
that
were
design
and the
you probably could have changed that a bit.
And then Marvel just likes to overcomplicate their designs too.
Yeah, just like add a shit ton of lines.
Add so many lines.
There's
so many textures on this one suit.
Ant-Man suit, just put like 5 circles in the middle of it, and that could be his new suit for the new movie.
Yeah, and we'll sell more toys.
Oh yeah, because we can just like paint. We can use the same body mold, but just like paint over.
Yeah,
paint circles over.
When they told Ironheart you can't keep the suit, I was like, oh, they want to sell more toys.
I've seen the set pictures, and the new suit is pretty cool.
I liked this suit too.
I like the suit a lot, and
Yeah.
I feel like this was a good Mark 1 of the Ironheart.
Yeah,
I like that she was tall. Like,
yeah,
like her standing next to M'Baku, they were on like similar heights. She might have been a little bit taller, but I felt like that was like
the
good.
suit gives her height because she's really small. Like the actress is really small, and I love
she's
the
tiny.
actress. Too.
Oh yeah, she did a great job.
I thought she was so cool. I also like that she liked classic cars, kind of like how Tony Stark liked classic cars, and I like that she made this. The one thing that she made that everyone was like, we gotta kidnap this bitch for it. Like she made out of junkyard parts, and I was like, oh, I see where you're sprinkling the Tony Stark.
I like that she wasn't like idolizing Tony Stark.
No, not at all.
I've liked that she was like, oh, this is gonna be a suit just like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like they mentioned Tony Stark once, I think, and it was when they were in like the garage, and they were like, is this Stark stuff?
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I like that she was like, a lot of this I got off of YouTube.
Yeah, like she is a resourceful college teenager student.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I thought that was really accurate.
I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Let me look at my notes one more time before I...
Namor is fucking epic. I
Namor-
love Namor.
Namor is-
so cool. God.
Holy shit.
So cool.
So I put this, and then I realized that it didn't really matter later. I was like, oh, the general getting fired was really compelling, but then later in the...
the Ross?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
that was really good, but then later it felt like it didn't matter after...
I feel like that's a setup for something that they're going to use down the road.
Yeah, like for her character arc, probably. Because, like...
Oh, wait. Dave Fontaine got fired?
Yeah, you walked out on that part, and I told you.
Oh, no, you're talking about the bald chick.
Yeah, bald chick.
I thought you were talking about General Ross. I thought you were talking about the white guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that's fine. That's just ad drama.
Yeah, like, cause that happened, and then the queen dies, and then like, even though she got fired, she's like, well, I'll still help you guys out.
Well, oh my god, why can't I think of Black Panther's fuck buddy?
Oh my god, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names.
The person he has the child with, she's like, I don't fucking care. Come help us.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, I will. That
She's
just
like,
kind of,
okay.
it felt almost, I guess, unnecessary, other than the fact of, like, her being, like, going to Wakanda, going to Black Panther's girlfriend and being like, oh, well, I need your help. That was... It felt like it just...
Namari, maybe?
Yeah, Namari, maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
But just the general getting fired only for her to come back later, I was like, that wasn't super necessary. But I did like the scene where she's, like, she's like, you stood with this other guy, and you lost my daughter, and
you suck at your job. You're fired.
Yeah, I don't care how much you care about it. Yeah, Namor is a good villain. I see where he's coming from. Namor,
I liked how powerful they made him. They made him strong. They made him like able to fly.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
He was goated, dude.
Ugh.
He was like, they were like, and I like because at first I was like, oh, there's no way he's as strong as the Hulk. But then I saw a couple comic panels on Twitter where he's just beating the shit out of Red Hulk and breaking his arm, and like he goes toe to toe with Thor a lot in the comics.
So one thing I'm glad that like modern day comic books have done is with Aquaman, they're like, yeah, he can take a fucking bullet because he's under the water with all that water pressure.
Yeah.
So that means that he has tough fucking skin.
Yeah.
And he has to be strong or else his body will just collapse within himself.
Right.
And that's kind of what they did with Namor too, where it's like if you go this deep, your body will collapse under itself. But here's a suit of water.
Here's a suit, and then it's the same. I thought it was funny that it's the suit that they got from the people they killed earlier. Like I was like, oh, that's a dead man's suit right there. Like that is straight up a dead person's suit.
And making him like South American.
Yeah.
I felt that was that was a great decision.
I thought so too. I thought it added a lot too.
Him as a person of color, I feel like it was a really smart strategy.
Well, it made sense because it was like,
yeah, they made sense within the story, and I feel like that's a good way to adapt a character.
I talked about the mom dying. Oh, this was a stupid note. I said I love that they 3D print plants. Can technology make that a real thing? I feel like they could. So I just thought it was cool. They were like, we're gonna 3D print a plant.
I feel like if you have the right material to make it out of, because like you can't make something out of nothing. So you would have to have like plant material or like certain organisms.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like we could get there, but
I think we can get there.
Because I know we're doing that with organs.
2020. Yeah, we are. We are doing that with organs.
Yep.
2025. We're gonna 3D print plants.
We're gonna 3D print a weed.
We talked about Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Another gripe, but another minor thing. Why couldn't the Queen just tell Ross? Because I don't think Namor has technology to listen on the surface world, so she could just be like, "Hey,
I think
there's these fucking ocean people."
I think if she told him, he would have been like, "Oh, we got to get on top of that." I don't know. I think if they had said something and if his like word had like slipped mouth, then America would have just been like, "Oh, there's people underwater.
Let's eat their resources.
Let's get their fucking resource. Let's go." Oh, you mean a different country that nobody gives a shit about, or a different nation that nobody gives a shit about, but like it has that metal that we want? Let's go grab that.
Well, yeah, let's take a little taste of that. But yeah.
And his phone conversations had been listened to the whole time anyway.
Right.
So,
but that was like more about like Wakanda than it was about like the
yeah, but if they had told him, then that would have been compromised, and then America would have been like, "All right, here we go," and that would have just caused. So they were smart with doing that, I think.
Yeah.
Looking at the notes.
Yeah, I think that's all I have. I said M'Baku is goated and super smart and cool.
Yeah, that was all my notes. That was all the thoughts. I honestly, again, this has been like I liked this more. I was more invested in this than the first Black Panther.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very well done. I thought they did a great job with just handling Chadwick Boseman's death. It was very respectful, and they took it and they were like, how can this make our characters grow? And I think that's they stuck to character relationships and storytelling.
They worked with what they were given and they played their cards right.
Yeah. So go see it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Now for the versus segmento. So before we do this, let me explain the situation, because this every episode is someone's first episode, right?
Sure.
So in the Us versus segment, we are teleported to Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan, but it is Comerica Park in space. Think we just tore it out of the earth and put it in space. You can still breathe, you can still do everything in there, but it's just Comerica Park in space, and we pick a person related to the topic that we're talking about, and we have to fight them to the death to send them back to their reality.
That was a very good description.
I've been practicing.
Okay. Are we doing what we talked about, or are we doing how we've been doing it for...
We can do, since we're doing the superpowers, I feel like when we do superpowers, we can do it the D&D way.
Okay.
But then when we don't, like when we're facing just like a normal person.
Sure, then we just do it the normal way.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. So should we do
Namor
or Black Panther? Since this is Black Panther. And we did Black Adam in the last one, and that was the main character.
We did. Want to flip the coin for it?
Well, I mean, we could do both.
We could do both. You want to just stick with Black Panther?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's beat the shit out of Shuri.
Shuri can take a fucking hit, so let's see.
All right. You can go first with the rolly rolls.
All right.
Thank you, Magic Conch, again for the D20.
Thanks, Magic Conch. This is
and the subway.
15.
15. That speed. You didn't have speed this time. Or I didn't have speed. Or yeah, you didn't have speed when I had speed, so you can do speed.
Oh, fucking yes.
All right.
Okay. Wow, I finally have speed, and now I'm like, there's so many things I can do. Don't fuck it up. Okay, I'm going to, let's see. So it's interesting because Shuri's suit takes damage the same way that Black Panther's does. And
Yeah.
like,
And it still has like the absorption thing and then the blow up thing, but it also has her like gauntlets.
Yeah. Oh, she's kind of
goated with the sauce.
She's kind of goated with the sauce. So it's like punching her really fast would like be like fucked on my part.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to grab Shuri, and I'm going to try to run as fast as I can around the world while shaking her as fast.
You're on a baseball field.
Oh, that's right. That does change things. Okay. I'm just going because her suit is made out of nanotech, right?
The vibranium.
The
stuff,
vibranium nanotech.
Yeah.
So I just want to see if I can
nanotech it off.
I want to see if I can phase the suit off so I can just take her head on. So I'm gonna roll for that.
So he rolled a 9. I'm gonna say you don't know the physical attributes of vibranium, so you try to like take it off, but it's not pulling off. So let's see what Shuri does in response. I'm gonna say she pulls out one of her gauntlets, puts it to your head.
Okay.
11. That is an 11. It does hit you a bit and knocks you back.
Okay.
A bit. You're a little damaged.
We're on a baseball field, so yep. I'm going to run really, really fast into a tornado, creating a dust storm around her. And then I'm going to just punch her really hard while doing that.
I think that's a grand idea.
It's Flash number one's like his go-to.
So you're gonna run around her to disorient her, like get the dust up, and then you're gonna punch her a lot.
Yeah. So let's see how this works. I might have to roll twice.
I already have a comeback to it. Yeah, here's the first one for the dust.
Dude,
another 9. It makes up some dust, but she can still see you. Like
yeah.
You disoriented her a little bit, but she's still like, I'm focused.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Now this one is for like the
actual punches.
The Gatling gun of punches. 15. Yeah,
okay.
You punch the shit out of her. She's like knocked down. Like she has some bruised ribs and shit.
Okay.
However, her suit does absorb that.
Yeah. Right.
And she blasts it out, or she's gonna try to blast it out.
12.
She blasts it out a bit.
Yeah.
It's not devastating, but it's again it just like knocks you back.
Yeah, knocks you back. This is pretty good fight. This is like a real superhero fight. just knocking each other.
Yeah, just knocking each other back and forth. Fuck it.
Okay. Should I try to KO this? I wonder.
You can go in for the kill.
I'm gonna try. I know. I'm going to take her by the head, and I'm going to try to smash it into the ground at light speed.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Sure. 12. You cause some damage. I'm gonna say she's
a little dizzy.
She's disoriented.
Yeah.
She's disoriented. So I'm gonna do this next thing on a disadvantage. I'm gonna say she tries to blast again.
Okay.
She's gonna try her vibranium blast.
So like -1.
Oh. That is a 1. So it like internalize. So she just internalizes it instead and hurts herself even more. So she's like, every shit's broken in my body.
Okay.
So she's like fragile.
Oh my god.
She's like next to dying.
Wow. Okay. I really wish her suit didn't just take every hit.
Yeah, like didn't absorb damage.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like that makes super speed a little harder. So I'm gonna go in for the kill again. I'm just gonna phase. I'm gonna try to phase and grab her heart out.
All right.
And let's see if
that works this time.
Roll for it.
Maybe
I'll just give her a tummy ache if I roll bad.
Another 9.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say you vibrate her so she's still like disoriented.
Yeah.
But she's like
It's like just grabbing. It's like shaking a child.
Pretty much. She's gonna try to use her fucking suit again.
Okay.
Or no, she's gonna whip out her claws and try to like swipe at you.
Okay.
17.
Jesus.
She swipes the shit out of you. You have a big claw like through the middle of your chest. Like you're bleeding a lot. You're like
my god. Okay. Wait. So we're in space, right?
It's okay. So how I think about it is like there's like a bubble around it, but like yeah, you see like space.
Can I throw her out of the bubble?
You could certainly try.
Okay. I'm going to grab her by the legs and spin her so fast, and when I let go,
the momentum carries her into space.
Yeah. So don't give me a fucking 9. I'll kill myself.
12. You run around. She's launched into space. She goes, and then she dies from suffocation.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah. Because her bones were so fucking broken, and she was just like,
okay.
You just passed that because I was thinking on disadvantage. Because I was like, you got fucking swiped. All right, cool. You killed her.
I did it.
Now it's my fucking turn. All right.
Okay, what superpower are you getting? Let's see.
Let's see what I get. 12. Vampirism.
Vampire. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm a fucking vampire. So
what's your first move?
So my first move is to go for the necklace so then I can disable her suit.
Oh. Why did I not fucking... I just thought like, oh, her suit is just integrated.
I'm going to try to grab it and then yank it off.
Okay. That would have been so smart.
18.
18. Wow. Okay. You grab it. You rip it off. You have it. She
has super strength still.
She still has her super strength and like agility and stuff like that.
She just doesn't have her fucking super suit that doesn't absorb everything.
So she can take some hits, but not anywhere near the hits she was able to take.
You motherfucker.
She doesn't even have her claws anymore.
Nope, she just has fucking punchies.
So she is going to try to run at you. Okay, I'm trying to think of all of the stuff that she does have on her and if there's anything that she can like pull out, but her blasters are now like integrated into the suit.
Yep.
So yeah, she's just going to run and try to like hit you hard enough to where maybe your fangs pop out.
Oh.
17.
Jesus Christ.
So I'll say, yeah, she knocks your fangs out. Knocks them hard.
I can't suck at your blood.
They're like the teeth are still there, I'll say, but like they're cracked and like
she knocks a tooth out. So I have one fang left.
Okay, you got one fang left. If it was a 20, we could say that she knocked both of them out, but she knocked one of them out. Knocked a couple teeth out.
You fucked my face up.
Yeah, she knocked one fang out and a couple teeth out. So you are like, whoa.
So, what I'm gonna fucking do is I'm gonna slap that necklace on myself and be like,
holy shit.
Suit the fuck up.
Okay, roll to see if you know how to work the suit or if the suit works for you.
Motherfuck.
7.
No, it doesn't. I found the necklace. I'm like, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, so Shuri's pretty smart. She made sure her suit only really works for her. But you, because you rolled a 7, you look cool in the necklace.
Oh yeah.
Like Shuri's like, oh, that that
like my style.
It kind of goes with the whole vampire. Damn. So now Shuri's turn.
What? All right. My turn was putting on I got dazed and confused and put on the necklace. I was like, yeah.
I love that. So Shuri is going to take this opportunity to try to get her necklace back because she sees that you can't fucking use it and you're dazed.
Yeah.
This is her only opportunity. 14.
Fuck.
So she takes it. She puts it on. She's got her suit back. And that's her turn.
All right, cool. I'm gonna see if my teeth can penetrate that suit, or my tooth can fucking bite. Take a fucking neck.
Let's see.
Ooh, wait. Actually, vampires have like hypnotism powers, right? If like they look into you, if they do like the look into my eyes.
Oh, you want to hypnotize?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hypnotize her.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to make her do a backflip into space. 13.
Okay.
Look into my goddamn eyes.
So she's like looking into you. She is still like she's stuck in place a little bit. So I'll say she loses a turn, but you don't. she's not gonna do your bidding. But she is stuck in place and she has lost a turn.
All right. Should I try to remove the necklace and take a bite again? Rip it off and fucking neck ya, bitch.
Roll for it.
All right, I'm gonna take her necklace off and bite the shit out of her neck.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Fuck.
6.
God.
So you're still like that, dude. Your mouth hurts. There are so many nerves in a tooth. So you're like and you go and you try to swipe. And you fall
for a 6. Right. a swipe, and I'm like, I fucking missed. Even though she's standing still.
You're seeing 2 of her. But then you go and you take a little bite out of the armor, and it doesn't work.
I don't have vibranium teeth.
You don't have vibranium teeth. You're also like your mouth hurts, so you go to bite her, and you're like,
ow, you motherfucker.
Oh, you motherfucker. And now she's like, what the fuck is going on? So she's back. She still has the suit. So she is going to just kind of swipe at your face.
All right.
Swipe at your face.
Sounds good to me.
Kind of sick of your shit.
18.
18.
Jesus.
She gashes you.
My fucking face.
Gashes you so hard. You're bleeding so like you still have your eye. But like it's like there's so much blood that it's like pouring into your eyes a little bit. So
motherfucker. I'm gonna turn to a bat.
Your face is in so much pain right now. You have lost You've lost your teeth and one of your fangs. You can't see very well. So
I'm gonna turn into a bat and go to the edge of like the bubble.
Okay.
To see if she'll like chase after me.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so you turn into a bat. You're flying off. She is trying to get at you, but when she goes to the edge, she's like, "Oh, should I do it? Oh, I probably shouldn't do that because I'm fucking smart." But now you have the high ground.
Sweet.
I'm
like flying above you. Like I flip her off with one of my. I make one of my wings a hand again, and I'm like.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You rolled a 16. I'll even say that she did go to jump after you, and so she's hanging off the ledge of a wall.
Oh, fuck. I was gonna like turn back into a human and do like a Sparta kick into space.
You know, well, she's climbing back up.
All right,
you can probably do that. But it's her turn, so she's gonna try to get back up, and she's gonna try to blast you as like.
Oh, with her fucking.
6.
No, she fucking doesn't.
She goes up and you're just like she's aiming really good, but you're just too fast. She's like bam, 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 and then you're just like, I'm a little bat. I have so much room to fly.
I'm gonna fly to the dugout real quick, grab a baseball bat, and then fly back to her, and fucking hit her off.
Okay, let's see. Roll for it.
3. God damn it! I fly to the dugout and trip.
So you fly, you grab the baseball bat, you turn it into the human version of a vampire again. You swing at her, and then you just start falling off until you return into a bat and save yourself.
So I'm also on the edge. I'm like flapping my little wings.
You're like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh man.
Just flapping, just like, oh my god.
And she sees that you've dropped the bat and that you're kind of disoriented, so she's gonna try to take another shot and hopefully shoot you off this fucking.
God damn it. 5. I'm fast as shit as a bat.
She literally cannot fucking aim at you for the life of her.
All right. Fuck. What does a fucking vampire have?
You still have like super strength.
Yeah,
speed.
I think I might just like. I'm gonna, since I'm very fast as a bat, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly back, fly forward, and then just like turn into a human and drop kick her with my momentum.
Okay.
Just like fly back and then like turn into a human, bam.
There you go.
And then drop kick her into space.
That's what Morbius would do.
With the power of Morbius on my side, please.
Oh my god!
Why am I so bad at fucking rolling?
No, I think it's just that dice, because I was rolling that shit too, and it was rough. You rolled
I rolled a 1.
So what the fuck were you... Hold on, what the fuck were you trying to do?
So I flew back, like, let's say this whole area is the baseball field.
Okay.
And she's on the edge right here.
Uh-huh.
I was going to fly back and then fly forward, turn into a human, and drop kick her.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you are in so much pain from your face, you kind of have forgotten like timing. So like you fly, and then as you're running, you turn into a human way too quickly, and you start skidding on the pavement, and you land right at her feet, and you're like twitching on the ground, and you're twitching on the ground.
This concrete hurts.
And she's just gonna try to see if she can stomp on you hard enough to snap your neck, because you're...
Damn, I'm a fucking vampire. 6.
So she stomps, but you're just like...
She's also disoriented. She's like, fucking, where's your head?
And you're just like, I'm already in so much pain.
Hey, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna try to low blow her.
Low blow... Punch her in the pussy?
I'm gonna punch her in the cooter.
Okay.
And then hopefully that should disorient her enough to fucking Sparta kick her off the fucking thing. But I'm gonna fucking low blow her.
Okay.
in the lady nuts.
There you go. Not the lady nuts.
18.
Oh! You come up and you just kamehameha this bitch right in the cooter. She is so taken aback.
I feel bad.
What just happened?
Sorry.
She literally flies up from the momentum.
She gets air.
She gets air from this. She's like, and then she like lands on like one of the seats, and she starts like tumbling down.
She's back in the middle of the baseball field.
Yeah, she's back in the baseball field, but she's like, what the fuck?
That's right, bitch.
You really pissed her off.
Oh fuck. So I'm still up on top of the seats, and she's like in the field now again. Yeah.
But you hit her really hard. So now her suit is charged the fuck up. Shit. So she's gonna run at you and try to blast you off of the thing again.
8.
So she runs up, she gives you a hug, and her suit malfunctions, and so it doesn't do what she wants it to do.
So I'm just getting a real big hug right now.
Yeah, you're getting like a real like bear hug.
So
which like it kind of stings, because like you did just kind of scrape yourself on the pavement. So you're like, oh, not there. It's like if you have like a sunburn and someone like slaps you on the back.
Well, since she has the vibranium suit, I can't really penetrate it.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like take the necklace off, find something to like stab her with.
Okay, go for it. Like there's a baseball bat you could break.
Well, I was thinking like either one of the beams or like a chair or something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to take the baseball bat I fucked up with earlier. Take the necklace off and try to.
Okay, go for it.
Bash her in the head with the fucking baseball bat. All right, you're dead to me, Shuri.
20! Oh!
You're dead.
Damn.
I'm gonna kill you.
In a crazy series of events, you rip the necklace off of her. You literally
go full vampire mode right here.
Yeah, you do. You take the baseball bat, you just break it on the ground, and then you just shove it right. Fucking death battle KO. I was gonna say if you rolled if you rolled a 19 or an 18, obviously I would have given it to you. But if you had rolled low, I would have said like she grabs it from you.
Son of a bitch.
But no, that was a 20. You win.
We murdered her.
We murdered her. You
Thank
really
God.
murdered her. God
oh
damn.
My God. Yeah, you just threw her into space and she just suffocated to death. I just fucking stabbed her.
Damn.
God. Damn it.
That was fun.
That was fun. I think that's a good way of doing it going forward, so I can edit out like the actual part, and I can just be like, 20, 14, or whatever.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, well, we've been walking for a while.
Yeah,
like at least an hour and a half.
Sit down, take a rest, see if there's any food around us.
Well, dude, look, there's like a temple over there.
Oh, I didn't know we were in Indiana Jones. We should go check that out.
We're in the fucking jungle, so I mean.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure Harrison Ford's just bulling around.
Well,
here.
Almost at the top here.
Whoa.
There's like a pedestal.
There is.
Is that a 3-fingered monkey paw?
Oh my God.
Dude.
Look at this ancient writing. Do you think that this could grant wishes?
Ancient writing? This is Spanish.
Did you take a Spanish class?
I was in Spanish too. I took Spanish 1 and 2.
What does this say?
It says something like, your house is really clean and you smell good. I failed Spanish.
Okay.
But my Google Translate on my computer says that with this monkey paw, you get 3 wishes. Oh. It says this is the monkey paw scenario.
Oh, the monkey paw scenario. Well, I'm sure that these 3 wishes will go just as accordingly as we want them to, and there isn't anything wrong.
Oh, actually, it says right here that they all come with caveats. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're not too bad.
Well,
I guess we'll have to find out.
Oh, well, yeah, we've already been talking for an hour. You know what? I think we should take a 7-day rest.
Yeah,
just
really...
like just take a relaxing, just like chill out at this temple.
Mm-hmm.
Just like chill out for a second, take a nap, eat some Subway.
Oh yeah, we got that forever now.
We got a lot of Subway. We have that one Subway meal forever.
I mean, we can just split that until.
Well, I guess we'll figure out what this monkey paw is next time.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at OddWadPod. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you're listening to this. Follow us, because a lot of people, I think the percentage, 77% of you are not following us.
Oh.
Yeah, 23% are following us. So follow us, please. I mean, if you're listening, following us means that you're going to see us more consistently. You'll know when an episode's coming up. We post every Monday.
Yeah.
But, like, you'll know when the episode comes up.
Exactly.
It'll give you a little reminder. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. We've have over 600 listeners.
Whoa.
686.
Wow.
Big number. It's a scary big number.
Scary big number, and it's all the people we work with.
I hope so. Tell your friends, please, if you enjoy this at all. Hopefully we're gonna kind of divvy away from the superhero talk a little bit, get to more personal stuff, just because at least for me, I don't want this podcast to be just superhero pop culture talk. I want it to be about us and like what we think and what we feel and our desires.
Exactly, which is each other.
Yeah, like I after I turn this off, I'm gonna kiss this man.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Ferociously.
Well, thank you all for listening, and see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.